when we show up, we show up with our hearts and our smarts, and we help really contribute to the ecosystems that are in place in our client organizations to execute their missions.
The Central Data Exchange at EPA, also known as CDX, with 150 different data exchanges, we are working across every program office, every mission area, and bringing the data into the agency, whether it's the air that we breathe, making sure that the water that we drink is safe, or communicating potential toxic chemicals that may be in the products in our homes, in our schools, in our workplace. That's what EPA does. That's the Central Data Exchange Program, and CGI has been supporting it for the better part of the last 14 years.
When I think of the impact of my role and the team that I work with in long term, it becomes very meaningful because I know that I will be leaving something, a better planet for my children and the children of my friends, and around the world it will make an impact for the quality of life they will have in the future.
It goes beyond technology. This is not just a system that meets a mission-critical business process, but it also is a system that has created trust between Native Americans, indigenous people, and the government, the U.S. government over time.
They use a CGI IP called TAMS. It stands for Trust, Asset, and Accounting Management System. This system is used to help manage ownership, Indian-owned lands and assets.
The ability to support their businesses, their lives, their education for children, healthcare, all of the funding that flows through this enables that to happen.
A lot of them rely on this for their daily income. Some of them, it's probably their only income.
It is truly life impacting for these people.
What we do for the housing programs that we manage across the country for HUD is that we essentially serve some of the most vulnerable populations in society.
We know that we're making a difference in people's lives, helping them find stable housing. At the end of the day, receiving a picture from a tenant, standing in the hallway with their keys raised high in the air, officially moving in, is extremely fulfilling.
We are administering over 300,000 multifamily units across the United States in the PVCA program. Those are a lot of families that have had a positive impact from all of the good work and dedication of the housing team.
When approached with what we do matters, I think what's most important is to really focus on the we. And in this case, it's not so much about what CGI has been able to accomplish. The we is how collectively we're working with our clients to get those results, and that's what makes most exciting right now to be working at CGI.
You think about the millions of people who enter the U.S., probably an average of 4 or 5 million a year are here because they use a CGI service. So the mission of the State Department is to promote diplomacy and security and the economics of the United States. So by supporting them on the GSS program, we're helping them identify legitimate travelers through our Atlas system, where they're able to identify fraud or inaccurate information. So that touches the security piece of it. But then also international travelers to the United States represent a huge part of our economy.
Global Support Strategy Program is supporting visa processing across 70 countries for the State Department. With the GSS services that we are providing today, we are providing one-stop shop solutions, which multi-million visa applicants are finding safe passage through their families, jobs, schools, businesses, and their dreams in America.
The meaning behind the services we provide and the fact that it does touch every citizen, but also in a very meaningful way tied to healthcare and associated retirement and disability benefits.
The lasting impact that we do for the agency is really lasting. I mean, we're talking about our children and their children, grandchildren, having SSA there for them and having them be able to get the SSA services that they need in a more streamlined fashion. So one of the key accomplishments is in the area of data. Being a data-driven decision-making organization, they have a better understanding of where the funds are being spent, and that leads them to improve the stewardship of the funds. That's better for all citizens because they're able to provide us high-quality service at a lower cost. And the high-level benefits that we're providing, the value that we're really providing them is working on enabling improvement in customer service.
The API Gateway was a result of a pilot that we did. The API is shown on one UI for CMS to analyze the data and to detect anomalies. This really helps them to meet one of their missions, which is to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse. We are currently making it possible for external agencies, external stakeholders such as the FBI and the DOJ to have access to what we do. It's not always about the technology, it's about what you use the technology to achieve what makes sense and what is beneficial to the rest of the folks in the US.
It's really important for me as a person individually to help solve problems. It's been part of who I am and in my DNA since I was young. And so it's really rewarding for me to be able to go into an agency and understand their landscape and then be able to bring solutions that help get them to where they're trying to achieve.
The Financial Management Business Transformation program is designed to replace their current financial management system enterprise-wide. About 30 years ago, CGI implemented the very first financial system. And so that's the same system that we're replacing today. Part of this transformation is looking at their processes, everything from soup to nuts for their financial systems and acquisitions, and how do we make that more efficient and standardize across the agency. I have a flag from my grandfather that was sitting on his casket when he passed away. And so that's sitting on my mantle. And so every day when I go to work, I see that. And that reminds me really of him, reminds me of our CGI members that we have that are veterans, and also, people, family members that we all know and love that are all veterans today.
We're looking at and making sure that 35 million retirees continue to get their pension benefits, even if a company goes insolvent or goes bankrupt. And that's a critical component of what PBGC does every day.
The long-term mission and the long-term effect of the work that we do does impact millions of Americans across the nation, and they rely on us to make sure that those payments that they expect to have come retirement are there for them and guaranteed.
In looking towards the future, we see a world in which we're able to work with our clients, to partner with our clients, to leverage the strengths of our members in order to build a sustainable business and to build a business that is effective in helping to enable the effectiveness of our clients.
I'm hopeful that we can leave our mark on the U.S. space and intelligence industry. And when it's all said and done, to be recognized by our clients as a key partner in the advancement of technology and capabilities that truly made a difference.
Anything that's happening on the news that has a visual component that can be seen on Earth. There's something that Maxar can do, and our software enables that. It actually leads to places that really help people. We can help people get rescued. We can help people get supplies. Being able to say that we are, a part of the Artemis mission, which, not only strives to get us on the moon, but also after that strives to get us to Mars, to be in the center of that, incredibly exciting.
There's a phrase that nothing happens until something moves. And so TCAMS-2 enables that movement. TCAMS-2 is the command and control system that's the system of record for the Department of Defense Army for deployments, for moving everything, equipment and supplies. It's planned, executed, and tracked by TCAMS-2.
As a United States Naval Academy graduate and Marine officer, I'm the son of a Marine colonel, I'm the father of a Marine infantry officer. I get what our troops have to go through out there in the field. It's kind of personal to me.
I'm really proud of the work that our team does and how we support our government customers day in, day out. No matter what they need, we flex when they need us to flex, and we always get the job done for them.
I know they're actually meeting their goals because of what we're doing within the CDM program. And for me, I feel very good knowing that my contribution is not only on a national scale, but on a global scale to help in the betterment of humanity.
CDM, or the Continuous Diagnostics and Mitigation Program, is a large cybersecurity effort, really a first of its kind. Within that program, we provide cybersecurity solutions and services to improve the overall cyber risk posture and protection of over 100 civilian federal agencies across the U.S. government.
There's a lot of things that actually we're very proud of accomplishing within the CDM program. I think the one that really jumps out at me was our collaboration with the Department of Commerce. We actually secured all the systems used that were used within the field at census.
The protections that the CDM program provides are not going to be on the front of the New York Times or the Washington Post. That's kind of the point. And that, if we're not hearing about breaches, if we're not hearing about attacks, then the work that we're doing is paying off.
We've all had a friend, a mom, a sister, a daughter, in some way, shape, or form impacted by this organization. What OVW does is help our communities, and particularly women who are in situations where they've been impacted by domestic violence, stalking, date violence.
So one of our primary missions with OVW is really business process reengineering. We're taking their processes, dismantling them, and putting them back together in a more efficient manner.
If we can process more grants, more people get help. If we can process more grants, adjudication of cases gets done faster. If we can process more grants, people can move on with their lives.
I was passionate about helping people and working with survivors, so all of this work really means a lot to me.
Just knowing that what we do actually matters, knowing that the impact, it's generational. So at Civil Division, one of the things I'm most proud of that the team does there is within that account group, we actually process all of the invoices for the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund, which directly supports victims and families, including first responders, having the opportunity to help support such an amazing cause is a blessing, honestly.